There are quite the list of recent innovations out here for things you're going to want to keep an eye on. Make sure you guys smash the like and crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more Oscar. So we're starting off over here with the vanilla Six Samurai deck. Now, for those of you that watched OCG Thursday last week, you might have noticed a OCG deck that was playing Toon Warrior and Chamberlain of the Six Samurai, which is a vanilla monster with these primordial cards, which were the vanilla support cards out here, that basically can make Naturia, Beast, and some other interesting little ideas out here. Now, this is the second time now that I have seen this deck coming out here and actually being successful, and it's so much different than the standard combo version of Six Samurai that we've been seeing out here. You know, you're like, oh, you know, I need to use Gateway, I need to go through this, but no, the primordial stuff is showing a completely different light of things out here and kind of challenging some of the norms that players are kind of used to seeing out here. So you want to put the vanilla Six Samurai stuff under watch, and also Cunning of the Six Samurai here has been seen in this list along with asceticisms. You know, you're using these, once again, these low-level Six Samurai monsters. You know, Cunning allows you to change back into basically a tuner monster if you need to out of your graveyard, so that you can progressively keep up this, you know, advantage tree on your opponent and so forth. I think that's really, really cool. That's the kind of stuff that you want to be seeing out here with these combo pile decks that are trying to do something different. You know, I'll be honest with you, you don't have to have the greatest level of consistency with some of these ideas, but you having access to the vanilla cards, giving you access to Naturia Beast consistently, that's a completely different creature than, you know, I have to get to Gateway and, you know, I have to, this is the only way I can play and my opponent interrupts this. Well, just GG. Multiple levels of deck building is always so going to be good. Now, I got to talk about the Subterror Behemoth out here, because we're starting to notice this thing go up in price. And the main thing that's been causing this card to kind of go a little bit wonky is the fact that it's flip monster support, which means Mimighoul. Yeah, that's right. Everybody out here that's loved the Mimighoul theme has been finding something with this card. They've been finding, hey, it's a free special summon for, you know, something from the hand. It's a free mill off too. So, you know, if we do get some easier recurability from the graveyard in the next set, which, you know what, hey, Konami could very easily give you either like a shuffle back or a revive a Mimighoul. I mean, we've already got Maker, which specials one from deck and adds one to your hand, which, I mean, is pretty good in itself. But imagine, you know, get one from deck, one from graveyard. You know, the possibilities are truly endless to what they could do here. But once again, you've got a flip deck that has a little bit of relevance in the game, and now people are looking to it and going, "Hey, we can do things with this." You know, this is much different than maybe what you're really used to seeing out here. You know, maybe you might have looked at upcoming Mimighoul stuff and been like, you know, yeah, I just need the new stuff. Second wave's gonna stink. I mean, sure, that's always a possibility out here. But the Subterror Behemoth has already hit the $2 mark. You're going to want to keep an eye on this. Realistically, I don't really see a place that Konami's probably going to reprint it. And these cards hitting dollars out here based on, you know, hypothetical notches in the meta is not like the strangest thing in the world, but it's enough that if you're not paying attention to them or like looking at why this is good or understanding, hey, we might be sitting on a new deck out here. Okay. Firewall and Friends. Ah, man, every freaking Cyverse Firewall Dragon out here has been on a watch list by the community ever since Malice formally, you know, was kind of birthed up. Every single day I look at the firewalls and I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. Which one of the four of you or three of you? Which one of you is going to be the broken one today? You know, which version is Malice going to attempt to break? You know, are we going to do the massive link climb ladder out here? You know, put like 8 firewalls on the field? No, it's like 3. Firewalls, I believe, was like your standard end board for this deck. Or, you know, are we going to look at this and go, okay, so we need these for the boss monster side of things, Or, you know, when I say, you know, Cyberse and Friends, yeah, Splash Mage is on that list for sure. Splash Mage being that free Cyberse revive is insane. Like, honestly. And the card's price to watch a Ghost from the Past, like, low rarity card, getting cratered off the market to some of the most abysmal numbers that I have had the chance to see is crazy. Because Ghost from the Past 2, you had some very heavy printing done in those sets. And the market has not been very kind at all to those numbers. Most of those cards have been bulk for so long. So to see something, you know, 2 years later, finally hitting that mark and accelerating up to something personally crazy in terms of numbers, I find that very, very interesting. Do not underestimate the secondary market on the Malice cards right now, because people are very, very hyped up, and that Firewall stuff is not stopping anytime soon. Dragon Link stuff. So there have been, believe it or not, a couple of innovations out here in Dragon Link recently that have kind of put people into an exciting phase for this deck. I know, people are excited for Dragon Link. One of those is the upcoming Full Metal Morph package, you know, being able to play the Red Eyes Full Metal Black Dragon, and then you're like, oh, hey, you know, this gives me an Omni Negate in the deck and some little burn damage. Yes, it does. Problem is, you know, your opponent just ashes the trap card. You're like, well, pesky old me out here wasn't getting that Omni Negate anyway. And then they've been playing the Dark Evaporation Dragon in this deck, actually. So the Dark Evaporation Dragon, you lose something from the extra deck that's a level 8, I think Dark Dragon or Light Dragon, it's one of the two. But it lets you fusion summon into the Borreload Furious Dragon. And then, of course, you know, if you're fusing like a Bysteel or something with it, you get the ability to obviously set up Lubellion. Congratulations, you have the Branded Regain. You're off to the races. It's a lot of cool combo pieces still moving around out here, but the level of these new toys that this deck is getting, I will say having Dragon Link have an Omni Negate that's built into the deck for once is really cool. I like that push for Omni Negates, where, you know, like, you're supporting something that might not have the greatest power level at the time of printing, but it gives you a push in the right direction, in my opinion, to give these decks something more fun to have. And I know the word fun in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, I know. Let the Dragon players... we've had Dragon be successful for so many years. And, you know, Dragon Link finally kind of pushes off into the dark out here. And you got people going, huh, is that what we really need to go for? And then we're back to the Arise Heart train out here. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you here for a second. I think all of the hype that we have around Arise Heart right now is a phenomenal joke, actually. The fact that people are so crazy about this. You know, like, we just had Theosis announced literally yesterday for a reprint. Everybody's like, oh, it's Arise Heart. He's coming back. Yeah, chill the hell out. All right, it is. If Arise Heart comes back to 1, cool. If Arise Heart doesn't come back, cool. I understand that you might think that Konami wants to promote sales of tins. Trust me, we've had these patterns for years. You know, you look around, you might remember Expulsion getting reprinted in the tins after it was banned as a common, just slid on in there. Who's to say that they can't do the exact same thing out here with Arise Heart? You know, just give it a super or an ultra rare and call it a day. Ooh, you know how many people are going to get excited seeing that reprint? It's the same level of fundamental you're seeing here, but is not without the realm of expectation. So, once again, keep an eye on the secondary market for these sorts of things. You never know what's going to go sideways. You never know what's going to go upside down, you know, flip around, figure out what's going to go where with this sort of stuff. It's the same thing that happens all the time. All right, so that is everything that we have today. Watch the 6 Samurai cards. All right, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys.
Patrons! Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.